Hello and welcome into the Week 10 edition of the Commissioner's Corner in the League of Extraordinary Salesmen. The 49ers got an ugly win against the Buccaneers on Sunday. Oh wait, I think Moody just missed another kick. Whew, man, terrible. But the Jets failed to score a touchdown against the Cardinals, losing 31-6, which was equally terrible, if not worse. However, a congratulations goes out to Goody with the 149.8 to 93.5 thumping of Simmons. On Thursday, Ja'Marr Chase had a huge day. 11 catches, 264 yards, and 3 tutties. That's a great way to head into the weekend. Simmons did have Joe Burrow, but unfortunately, it seemed like all he was going to was Ja'Marr Chase. So, with that, let's take a look at our worst to first video brought to you by Tony.
League of Extraordinary Salesmen. I know it's hard to tell, but it is in fact me, Tony, here for the worst to first segment for this week. Yeah, I suck. My fantasy team is trash. The Jets are very clearly trash. And I'm a fucking clown. I'm a clown for being a Jets fan. I'm a clown for drafting the players that I did. And I am a clown for starting Brian Robinson, even though he was injured. Whoa. Clown move there. I'm probably going to end up on Val's Sitter Sub of the Week. Brought to you by Beach Hut Deli Midtown, unofficially. Yeah, literally starting anybody else on my bench who was playing last week would have prevented me from getting in last place. How freaking fantastic is that? Well, anyway, shout out to Goody. Congratulations on being number 1 this week. It won't last. And then maybe you get to wear the clown costume. I'm waiting to see your awesome production skills. Anyway, I will probably see you guys in a few weeks. That's it for me. Peace.
Tony certainly looking like a clown, and his team hot trash, and the Jets equally as bad. But quickly moving on to something much more positive. This is not all about football. In fact, at the moment, I'd like to send out a warm and heartfelt congratulations to Jacob and Mandy. They officially tied the knot. They've been together for quite some time, over a decade, and have 3 beautiful daughters. But today is a day that they finally officially end up getting married and are off celebrating together. So congratulations to you both. And the Cowboys are terrible. But with that, let's take a look at some other matchups from around the league. This was a great watch as Nick had a big day from Bijan and Chase Brown, followed up by Matthew getting a balanced day with the return of CMC and George Pickens emerging. Unfortunately, he just can't catch a break as Nick gets the 143.75 to 129.3 win. Dolan is realizing his Dallas-heavy team is completely fucked with Cooper Rush and Trey Lance taking snaps at quarterback, while Matt does get the 106.9 to 80.4 victory to keep his playoff chances alive. This game looked like 2 blind boxers just swinging aimlessly at each other, but in the end, Jacob gets the 99.9 to 96.4 win over Jesse. Val got a hot start from MVP candidate Lamar Jackson on Thursday, while Tony was not only disappointed the Jets lost, but his boy, Aaron Rodgers, coming back for the 2025 season, got him an outstanding 1.5 points to help him lose in fantasy as well, 138.6 to 78.25. And in the game of the week, Jeff was unable to get the explosive days he's been accustomed to from Saquon and Kamara, which put pressure on the rest of his squad. While I also had a down week from the quarterback position, but got that much needed lift from Calvin and Dobbins as I laughed my way all the way to a 111 to 93.55 win.
Hey guys, pretty awesome week. I'm like, Tony really is in the potty hole because everybody who seems to play me kind of gets knocked down. I mean, I've had a good 2-week run, but unfortunately with the matchups this week, most of them are pretty even, unless you're Matthew. I mean, that's a sure win for anybody else. Matt You're gonna get there, I swear. But I'm fucked this week against Nick, so I literally don't know how I'm in the top 3 in this league. I finally don't have the least amount of points scored, so that's good news. But Tony's definitely crying after last week. Probably will continue. Boo-hoo, I'm a Jets fan. And I don't know why we don't give Jacob more shit. I mean, the Cowboys, please. Garbage. They're dead. So anyway, it's time for your Sitter Sub of the Week segment. The sit of the week goes to Jesse, where he once again went with Tank Bigsby, an awful Jags offense. This time over Devin Singletary. The irony here is that Jacob didn't even see the value in putting in the starter Travis Etienne, let alone the backup. That being said, it was a costly 5.2 point difference as he fell to Jacob. The sub of the week comes from the same game and goes to Jacob with the waiver wire pickup of the Phillies defense against a hapless Dallas team. They put up 16 points to help deliver the blow to Jesse's playoff chances. Well, this has been unofficially brought to you by Beach at Deli Midtown, where aloha is served daily.
Looking ahead to next week, Jeff looks to quickly turn things around after a tough loss, while Jesse needs a win here to keep his playoff hopes alive. Goody has put himself in a good position to make a run at the postseason, while Matthew has got to get a win here if he has any chance to avoid that yuck for yellow placard. Dolan is taking on Simmons in what could be either team's last gasp for a playoff spot. The loser here will be looking over their shoulder at Matthew for the remainder of the season. Matt has had some good fortune the last few weeks and suddenly finds himself in the playoff hunt, while I hope to keep stacking up wins to keep that playoff bye. Tony is going up against Jacob, where both teams are 5-5 and need to keep winning to make the playoffs. As it sits, Jacob is clinging to the final playoff spot, but Tony hopes to ruin his special getaway. And in the end, in the game of the week, we have Nick taking on Val. These teams are sitting at 7-3 and need to get a win to be in position for that coveted bye week. Nick is coming in strong with rushing leader Derrick Henry and second-year stud Bijan Robinson, while Val has been carried by the MVP-level performances of Lamar Jackson all season. She hopes that A.J. Brown and Puka Nacua can help add to her firepower. Keep an eye out on this matchup as it will have big end-of-season implications. So as we look ahead to Week 11, a very entertaining game on Thursday with the Commanders taking on the Eagles, followed up by the Jets and the Colts. Colts are going back to Anthony Richardson as Joe Flacco really stunk it up. Jets actually have a chance in that one. And then the 49ers are taking on the Sea Chickens. Got to get a win there as their schedule only gets tougher as we move into the later part of the season. And then the two Texas teams, the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night. That could be a bad watch for everyone. Dallas suddenly finds himself in a heap of trouble. Their team is really bad. Their owner doesn't understand the position of the sun. Jerry Jones sounds like he's completely lost. And he also just traded a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo. I don't know if he meant to say bingo, because that's where he should be. The gentleman is 82 years old and looks like a shell of himself. So, with that, best of luck this week. Commissioner out.